Not live from the smallest town in western Missouri, it's your favorite podcasting duo. I'm Jude.
And I'm Cannon.
It's after dark.
Wow, and we got a really late start today. Anyway, yeah, so first of all, I think we should definitely start this with an apology.
First off, an apology. I apologize.
Because we have not posted in a while, even though we said we were going to.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have legitimate excuses for most of it. Sometimes we just didn't. We could have, but we just didn't.
Yes, that's correct.
But, yeah. So now that that's out of the way, you guys are going to suck it up and get podcasts when we get them out. So.
Yep, basically.
Okay. Anyway, so we do actually have some topics, and I heard you...
For the first time in a while.
I heard you, being ready for some of them, so,
Now, should we start off with the biggin?
I don't know.
Wait, what should we let's just talk for a little bit.
Okay.
Let's just talk, Cannon. So first off, while we were away, we had two big happenings that both took a week. There was first kids camp, being a counselor to young children,
That was
and there was second youth camp, being campers to old men.
Yeah. I think we'll probably talk about this a little bit more later. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
I'm sorry.
that was
Very
loud.
loud.
But yeah. Yeah, we basically did that, and we had some school stuff coming up, so we were preparing for that, too.
Yep.
Yeah, basically, we had a lot.
Yes.
We haven't had much free time. I mean, I have a
No.
little bit, but, yeah. Anyway, since our last podcast, has anything else happened
Since
noteworthy?
our last podcast, what has happened?
Oh, something that we did not mention is that restaurant.
The one we went to today?
No, the other one. The
The
one
one
that we
in...
found.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we found a restaurant.
Yeah, actually, the first time Jude has been incredibly helpful on a trip in a long time. But,
Yeah.
out.
Oh my.
We were out
And
in
about.
in a city not too terribly.
We
far
were
away
out
from
and
us.
about.
Yeah, we what were we doing? We went out there to do something.
I think it was just to eat sushi.
Was it?
Yeah, we were gonna go to another place originally.
I can't remember. I feel like we had an actual because Chad wanted a PS4.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Chad came down and wanted a PS4, so we all decided, let's all go out to the city for fun. We did. And we had a place originally that we were going to go to, but that didn't work out because it was, like, closed and really small. We didn't really want to deal with all
Yeah,
the
it didn't
problems.
look great.
Yeah, so anyway,
basically.
Jude was sitting there looking up other nearby restaurants,
I was.
and we came across a place. I don't know if I should give away the name, but it was really good, and I kind of want to recommend it to people.
It was Sakura in Joplin,
Yes.
Missouri.
Sakura's Sushi and Grill. And it was phenomenal, honestly.
Yeah, it
the
was really
service
good.
was surprisingly good for a small hole-in-the-wall place. I was not expecting as good a service. The food was amazing and in very large portions.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fairly
I
cheap,
really-
honestly. I mean, for a giant portion like that. I got a stir fry, but it was only like $15 or something for it got me through 2.5 meals or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have big portions, good service, decent amount of options, but not too many so that it's not tasteful.
Yeah.
But they had good dessert as well. Some ice cream mochi.
Yes.
It was awesome.
The ice cream mochi is amazing.
Yeah. If you are ever near a Sakura's Sushi and Grill, go in and get the, what was it, green tea or was it matcha?
Green tea.
Yeah, green tea ice cream mochi.
Green tea ice cream mochi.
Very good.
Yummy, yummy.
Then we did a couple other things out there. We went and looked for some books. I didn't end up getting any because
I got a book.
I've been in search for a long time of a very specific set of books, and I might have to cave in and order it online if I really want it.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah, so we go to bookstores a lot.
Yeah, we do.
And we go to that restaurant, and today we saw a movie.
Yeah. Not really a noteworthy movie, but we went and saw a movie.
Yep, it was fun, and it was kind of mid.
Yeah. And then we got some food that I actually had a lot left over, but I'm looking forward to that later.
I got a filet mignon.
Filet mignon.
It was yummy.
Yeah, I got. I'm not gonna go into everything that I got. Cause there was a lot of food there, but I had.
We got hibachi.
Teriyaki. Yeah, we got
where
hibachi.
the chefs like make it in front of you.
Yeah,
that's fun.
It was pretty good, and yeah, I don't want to like talk about that too much though, because there's a lot of things I could say that I don't really want to say because I actually really enjoyed it, but I feel like I could be way more critical of it if I really got into it.
Did you guys enjoy the intro that we made today?
Oh yes, it's not new for us to do an intro, but let us know if you want to.
It is new for us to create our own music for an intro.
Let us know if you want to hear that one again, because we spent
or should we make a new one?
5 to 6 minutes on it, so a lot of effort was put
at
into
least.
That. Mostly it was finding the beat of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, as far as we know, it's not perfect anyway, but oh well, we tried our best. But yeah, so I think that's pretty good for an introductory.
For sure.
So what are those topics you had?
It's good to be back. So first, let's get into kids camp.
Kids camp. Yeah.
If you're comfortable talking about that.
Yeah.
Those traumatic experiences.
Yeah, it might bring me back some PTSD because it was wild.
It was indeed.
Yeah, and it was my first year doing it too. So
it was my second year.
So, well, first of all, how was your group?
Okay, so my group was fairly large. We had like 10 kids. Mind you, we had 10 kids at the start of the week. I'll get into that later.
Yeah.
We started out with 10 kids, or maybe even a little more, maybe 11. I think it was we started out with 13, sorry.
Oh, wow.
It was 13 kids that we started out with. They were, I wouldn't say well behaved, but they did listen. Last year I had a group that did not listen. This year I'd say they listened. So yeah, I had 10 and 11-year-olds. They were good. They were good for the most part. What about you?
Well, see, I didn't have a per se bad group. They're just more difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
I had the 13-year-olds, and they were not disobedient. They just didn't really know how to act. I mean, I kind of understand that it's right in between the high school, junior high area.
Yeah. Terrible time.
Yeah, nobody's really in their forte yet. But
they
weren't.
Period.
They were all decently well behaved. I think I had 8. Yeah, they weren't.
That's a decently sized group. It's pretty good sized. I had one of the bigger groups.
Yeah. Not the biggest group.
Like I say again, I had one of the bigger groups at the beginning.
Yeah.
So basically, let's just get straight through it. Straight into the end of my story. So I started out with 13 kids at the beginning of the week. Well, 12, and then one kid showed up a couple days later because he accidentally went with the wrong group.
Ooh.
So 13 kids was our age group that I was to watch over with my friend. Basically, we have this whole week. Everything is fine. Second to last day, one of the kids that I will say was kind of the troublemaker of the group.
Oh, boy.
Had some stomach issues and just kind of vomited during lunch. So obviously he was sent home.
Yep.
This is just the beginning of my troubles. Also, I'd like to make a quick comment. Close your ears if you get sick very easily. But his yak, per se, was blue.
Ooh. Yeah,
like Gatorade.
Yeah, that's
it looked
awful.
like Blue Frost Gatorade.
That's terrible.
Yep. Absolutely
Did you have
terrible.
to clean it up, I assume?
Nope.
Really?
My friend did. Desi did. He's
Nice.
He's fine with me saying his name.
Yeah.
Yep. Desi had to clean it up. Well, actually, I don't know. He did have to deal with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he got somebody else to clean it up. But yeah, it
Way to
was.
shove
Yeah.
your guys' workload off on someone else.
I was watching the other kids, so.
Not my problem.
So okay, yeah. Basically, this kid throws up and like, all right, shoot, he's got to go. That sucks. Let's move on. Next day, second day, or no, not second day, last day.
Mhm.
The camp decides it would be a good idea to take all of these young,
Oh boy.
young boys on a camping
Like
trip.
like our camp is not exactly a suite, but we have buildings. We have good
It's not
buildings,
camping in tents,
and it's
usually.
I mean, some of us even had air conditioning. Haha. me.
Yeah, I
But,
didn't.
Yeah, it's not a like super upkept place, but it's nicer than sleeping in a tent.
Yeah.
However, for some reason, they thought it'd be a great idea to take these, 7 through 13-year-olds?
Yeah, like literally like 7-year-olds through 13-year-olds
on a big
hike. A pretty long hike that's not, I mean, obviously as us we could do it easily, but
Yeah.
for them it's not easy at all.
No, it was a super steep hill that went just like straight down for a good probably half a mile or so. Then you get to this place and it's just a drop off. Like a good
Oh, yeah.
8 to 10 feet. Just drops straight down. There's nothing. Just rocks and what was probably a riverbed.
I personally, I would have really enjoyed the hike. It was pretty.
Yeah.
A lot of kids didn't. Okay, so a couple kids fell, hit their heads.
No, I think we should go into more in depth of the whole couple kids fell. Because one of those kids was mine.
Because I didn't. One of the kids was yours. I didn't
Uh-huh.
really know too much
Actually,
about the situation.
3 of them were mine.
Oh,
3.
my.
Yeah, so no.
Oh my!
One of them decides he is the world's greatest adventurer. So he decides, I'm just going to climb this. Turns out there's barbed wire down, like halfway down this drop. So he sees it and like tries to climb around it. And when he does climb around it, he gets onto another area with some not so stable ground. And he just dropped. Like, seriously, 8 to 10 feet. And just hit his head on a rock. Just
Oh my
thud.
goodness.
It was a quick fall, then just thud and crack as he hit the ground. He got up pretty much instantly. I was surprised he was still alive. But
So he
yeah.
ended up fine.
Yeah, I don't think he could have been hurt too badly if he was standing and walking. But yeah, anyway, he avoided the barbed wire.
That's
But
good.
did not warn other people about it. And this is where the problems really start to rise. Because one of my kids was, like, caught on something, couldn't really move.
Right.
So one of the other ones, trying to be the hero, went to help him. And ended up slashing open his leg on barbed wire.
Oh my!
Yeah, so that was kid number 2. And the third kid finally got unstuck and got down. But then one of my other kids went back up. We tried to go a different direction because the drop wasn't going to work with these little kids. There's no way.
Yeah.
So we went another way, and he rolled down the hill. So, yeah. So, yeah, I had a few kids take some tumbles.
So
Thankfully,
I
had the biggest group.
I had other
The oldest group,
problems. So yeah, like I said, started out with 13. At this point, 1 kid is left because of sickness. We are at 12.
Mm-hmm.
Simple maths. Team. So
Our math teachers are very proud of us right now. Not really.
basically, on the hike, we get to the campsite where we set up our tents. And my kid throws up.
Yep. I was there when that happened. I didn't see
One
it
of my
happen, but I was
kids
there when that happened.
Throw up. He keeps throwing up. He throws up 3 or 4 times. The throw up makes other kids throw up. Needless to say, it spreads pretty quickly. I'm not going to go into all the details. I will say by the end of this whole thing, we lost over half our group, and we left that camp with only 6.
Oh, my word.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
6.
I didn't even know it was that much.
6.
I knew you guys had some things. I didn't really get into it much. I was
Out of
trying
that
to avoid
large
that as much
group,
as possible.
We left with 6.
Yeah. And, I mean, you didn't have the worst group by far. So, at least it was sickness and not bad behavior.
That's true.
Because,
our behavior wasn't very bad.
because
I already
Noah,
said.
on the other hand.
Oh my, Noah had a terrible group. Okay, so Noah's group I had last year, and I can tell you from personal experience, they
literally
are
worst. Noah is very good at handling groups like that. I don't know how he'd put up with it all week, but he handled it well.
Yeah.
Way better than I would have. I probably would have punched a kid at one point or another. I don't think I physically would have hit them. I just would have messed with them until they would have hated me. But beyond that, his group was absolutely terrible. Like, to a point that if you told them to do anything, they just wouldn't. They'd just refuse and stand there until you threatened to take away their dinner, which happened to a group at youth camp, but that's different. For a different reason.
Anyways, kids camp was an experience.
Yeah. One notable story I think we should tell about the camping trip is about Noah's group. He had one kid, which was arguably the worst kid on campus. The
Allegedly.
absolute most annoying, disrespectful, and just outright horrible child I've ever met. Like, he was so bad. You could attest to this. You know exactly who I'm talking about as I describe this.
Yeah.
He's... Anyway, he was terrible. But during the camping trip, he was getting in trouble because he kept using all the bug spray. So he kept like spraying people, and people were getting mad. He was spraying other people with it, and he just refused to stop no matter how many people told him to stop. So eventually, the supervisor, who was like supervising all the kids, not really the camp, but mostly just the kids, came and told him he needs to stop spraying the bug spray because not only is it wasteful, it's causing harm to other people. So he sits there in this small tent with, I think, 5 other kids or something like that, and just looks dead in the eyes with the counselor.
This is a good story.
And he just starts spraying this bug spray up into the air, just spraying it. A good 4 or 5 seconds later,
I do not like bug spray.
Everybody
smells,
else in the room
and it's like
is like coughing
weird.
and dying, trying to get out, but he's like blocking the exit so they couldn't. He just sits there for a second. His eyes like widen, like shock, and then he just vomits everywhere.
Yeah.
All over his stuff. I don't want to say I was overjoyed to hear that this happened to this kid, but I was certainly not. I was not feeling bad for him.
He brought it upon himself.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
I mean, I felt bad for the other kids, too, because they ended up throwing up in the process. Because
One of my
but they weren't
kids-
exactly good, well-behaved children either.
A bug flew into one of my kids' mouth, and he threw up.
That's
That's
happened to
not
me
even
before.
sickness. He just threw up
Yeah.
because of a bug.
Yeah, that's happened to me
So
before.
that was one of the kids.
I got to go home from school that day because of it. I was so happy.
Well, that's kind of cool.
I was not sick even in the slightest. A fly flew straight into my throat, and I
Ew.
vomited. Yeah, it was nasty.
That's disgusting.
It wasn't even like because the fly flew into my mouth. It's because it triggered my gag reflex, and I just threw up. So,
Ew.
yeah. It was pretty awful. Anyway, yeah.
Sorry.
Kids camp. Those are probably the best stories from kids camp. Otherwise, it wasn't super notable. I mean, I had a decent time. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was fun.
It wasn't something I would probably go do again.
I probably will next year.
I might, but that's situational, I guess.
We'll see. I mean, at the end of last year, I was like, I'm not doing it again last year. And then this year I did, so.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't bad. I just don't think I got the right group for me.
Right.
I mean, it's probably the best group for me, but because also I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I do not like like hanging around children very much.
I do know that.
There are some kids that I enjoy talking to occasionally. Like, one being the kid brother of one of our good friends. I do enjoy talking to him occasionally. He's funny and semi-well behaved. But, and then Noah's brother is also someone I talk to.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's not a whole lot of, like, kids that I would consider to be...
Friends.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd consider some of those kids friends, even. The ones that I considerably talk to, I'm not sure if I'd consider friends. But most of them I would. Some of them I wouldn't. Anyway, I'm not good with kids. I don't think I am anyway. But I don't like that children can't coherently speak to me without yelling and screaming and stuff every 2 seconds. So the 13-year-olds was a good group for me because of that. But the biggest problem with them was their fist fights. They got into a brawl just about every other day.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, two of the kids.
13-year-olds and stuff.
One kid was this big, like, farm boy kid.
Oh.
Who was much taller than this other kid. And this other kid was a scrawny little, like, he looked like he was built to be a runner. Definitely not a fighter. But he was a short kid, but he had a temper and an attitude.
Short ones always have a temper and an attitude.
But he wasn't, like,
always the short
good
one.
at back. He wasn't overly intelligent. He just made it seem like he was smarter than he was. And, I mean, I don't want to call myself smart, but I'm incredibly intelligent. So I know when someone's not being smart. And this kid was anything but that. But also it could be because he's just a stupid 13-year-old who thinks he's better than he actually is. But hopefully he grows up pretty soon. I don't know if you can tell who I'm talking about at this point.
No, I don't really know.
He's the second shortest in my group, and he was literally almost the oldest.
What about youth camp?
Youth camp. He was at youth camp.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways.
Not our good friend, but a friend of a friend. Okay, anyway. Yeah, he was not exactly humble, and he always tried to make it seem like he was the best. Anyway, the other kid finally got fed up with it because I would too. I mean, honestly, I was more sympathetic towards the farmer kid because he really was just trying to have a good time and not cause people problems. And yet here was this other kid trying to cause problems for him simply because he can. But they got into a fist fight one time, and we had to break it up. Both of them are not very strong compared to the rest of us. Or I say the rest of us, but the people in charge of them. So it wasn't too much of a problem to get it broken up. The biggest problem was the aftermath, which was bedtime.
Oh.
That was horrible.
I had a fist fight last year.
But see, the biggest problem with bedtime was they shared a bunk.
Bruh.
I don't know how that ended up happening in the first place, but that was a whole ordeal for the rest of camp. And that was like day 3 when it really happened. But yeah, so some of the kids were very well behaved, some of them were not, and some of them liked to fight each other. I don't know why.
Moving on from kids camp.
Yeah, youth camp on a better note. Youth camp was very fun.
Youth camp was fun.
I really enjoyed it again. There's not a lot of negative.
It's always fun.
I don't think there's any negative hardly. Honestly,
I feel like, okay, I'm going to be honest here, and this is a, wait 1 second. This is a very,
what this is?
Hot take. Yeah.
Okay.
I like using that. It's fun.
Yeah, we were messing with those earlier. Anyway.
Anyways, what was I even talking about?
Youth camp. I said there were no negatives, and then you said there was a hot take.
Oh, right, hot take. Hot take.
Yeah.
So, okay. My first year at youth camp, there was this just beautiful,
oh gosh, don't.
like, I don't even know how to describe the color. like gray, but purple, but light black, gelatinous fluff would be the only way to
The
describe
Oreo
it.
fluff.
It's called Oreo fluff. And my first year at camp, it was literally one of the best things I've ever put into my mouth. Ever. Next year, it was still good. I feel like year after year, it's just been getting worse.
Really, I had it one time at youth camp because I never really get dessert. I'm not a huge desserts person.
No, of course you aren't.
Well, I mean, I like cheesecake. That's the
I
only
like
dessert I will go out of my way
dessert.
to eat.
I love pie. I like
that's
cobbler.
I love pie too.
I love
but
pie.
I won't go out of my way to like buy a pie when I'm just feeling like eating something sweet.
Pumpkin pie is like one of my favorite things.
Anyway, yeah, I can see what you're saying, but when they're cooking for 130 some kids, they can't make it perfect. There's no way.
But like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just saying that because of like, what's it called, nostalgia.
Nostalgia factor, yeah.
And maybe I'm making it better than I thought it was. But I feel like at the time it was so good, and now it's just like pretty good.
You see, I had peach punch again this year. Peach punch is like our camp's famous thing. Anyway,
It's alright. It's just like peach liquid.
It's literally just it's peach lemonade basically, if you take out the lemon, but it's peachinade.
So just peachinade.
Peachade. Anyway, it was really good this year. I did not like it in the past, but I liked it this year.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
So that was a plus. They also had a new type of pizza and nachos this year, which were
They had a lot of new concessions this year, which were very yummy.
I waited an hour and a half to get these nachos, and they were good, but they weren't an hour and a half long wait good. And then my friends immediately turned around, got in line, cut in line with someone else that they knew, and bought them in like 2 minutes.
I did that sometimes.
I never did that. I hated people who did it, so I never did it.
I did it.
Yeah.
It's just it's a hard world out there, full of cutters.
Yeah.
And it's a cut or be cut world, Cannon. So basically, you have two options: cut or be cut. You can cut the cutters,
people in front of
or
me
you
that
can
I knew.
be cut by them.
I had people in front of me that I knew.
Then just stand with them.
But I had already been in line before I realized this. And I didn't want to be that person who's like in line and then gets out of line just to get back into line.
I am that person.
So, yeah. Anyway, mostly it was actually not kids who did it the most. It was adults. Adults are really bad about cutting in line.
They do cut.
I don't know why.
Except they're like kind of allowed.
Well, but at the same time, they have snack privileges the whole day, whereas we can only get it during times that they're actually quote unquote open.
Yeah.
So why not just get it beforehand or right after and let the kids get theirs?
Do you have any good youth camp stories?
Oh, let's see. I sit on a different bunk side than you, but I had some pretty good conversations with a couple close friends underneath me and Noah in the bunks.
What about?
Yeah.
All right. Well, nice.
Yeah. Pretty much everything.
I mean, I had some
we
weird...
hit some different topics.
There were just some people that were here last year that were very fun that weren't here this year, so the bunks were kind of less fun, but it was still very fun.
One of our other close friends, not probably the one you're thinking of.
I don't even know what. I don't know. What are you talking about?
Oh, shoot. I don't know how to not give him away.
Say his name.
I'm not saying his name. I'm not making you edit.
Just say his name.
Ty.
Oh, I love Ty.
Beep. I love Beep. Yeah.
We don't have to beep. It's just the first name. They don't know his
It's
last.
not even his first name. It's just a nickname that we call him.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, Ty.
Yeah, he was on our bunk side, and he talked to us every night for 2 nights.
I didn't even
and
really
then
talk
left.
to him.
He left after 2 days, and then our side
Maybe
of the
that's
bunks
why I didn't talk to him.
was terrible for the rest of the week. But I mean,
You had each other.
we did, and we had a couple of the 13-year-olds, and we had one kid on our team, on our side. We called him Draw. I don't remember how that started, but we called him Draw. That wasn't his actual
Draw.
name. And he talked to us quite a bit. But yeah, other than that, I don't have too many memorable stories. The
Me neither.
speaker was really good.
Yeah, good speaker.
I really
Very
liked
good
our
speaker. I
He
really like
was
the speaker.
super confident at what
Basketball
he did.
All-Star game was fun. All the sports were fun.
Oh my goodness, the softball All-Star game was not fun.
You were in the softball
I
All-Star
was
game.
in
How'd
the
it go?
Not good. My team lost by almost 15 points.
Oh, my.
And not only that, I came out of it with a new broken toe and a pretty good sized bruise on my back.
Oh. How did you even do
being
that?
from an
Did you get
error-
hit with a softball?
I did get hit by the softball on the back.
Lol.
A softball got like chucked way from behind me. I didn't see it was coming, and it just nailed me from the back. I mean, I was a catcher, so I wasn't expecting a ball to come from behind me. It came from over the fence and hit me in the back. Anyway, other than that, there was
funny.
one person who swung it, and when they hit it, they threw the bat. It just nailed me in the toe.
I've done that before.
Thunk.
I didn't hit anybody, though, or else they probably
No,
kicked me
I
out of the game.
typically I am really bad about throwing the bat. I've gotten better
Yeah.
about it, but
Yeah.
I don't play baseball, so it's hard to break habits that I don't
Right.
have.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, I went out of that game with a really hurt toe and a couple other injuries I don't remember very well. And did not have very much fun. I do not know why I was picked for the softball All-Star game, because I hit like a total of 2 balls total in any softball game we played. It may have just been lack of personnel, I suppose, but who knows?
Or maybe you're just amazing at softball and you didn't even know it.
Definitely not, because the best hit I hit during the All-Star game was off the toe, and I got to first base, and then
That's a
immediately someone
single.
else got out, so I didn't even get to run.
You can't affect that.
Yeah.
I think it's time for... It's now time for some hot takes. Cannon,
Mm-hmm.
there's no point to eating fries if you don't have ketchup.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
So here's the thing with that, is, are you saying that as ketchup specifically, or like all dressings?
You know what? I'll change that to anything you want to dip your fries in.
That I can agree with. I don't think fries by themselves are very good. I mean, there's exceptions to this, obviously.
Well,
Like,
what are you gonna eat with your burger if there's no fries?
That's true. Nothing. I mean,
We can change this
There
hot take.
are-
No point to eating French fries alone.
That's true.
Without ketchup, with a burger is valid.
yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna eat Chick-fil-A waffle fries dipped in something, probably. I mean, the
Bruh.
occasional honey mustard, maybe, but
Dog,
like,
no.
they're very good on their own.
You don't dip it in Chick-fil-A sauce?
Oh, okay. Sometimes I do that too. That's true.
I gotta do that.
But I
Not because the fries are
like,
bad, because the sauce is...
I honestly prefer the Polynesian sauce. Over
Polynesian
Chick-fil-A
sauce is really good too. I just prefer... I don't know. I love both. I usually get Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah, I typically get Polynesian.
Comment what do you think about French fries
Yeah,
down below.
I mean, because
How do you feel about
if it
this
was
hot take?
strictly ketchup, I would say they're wrong just strictly because Freddy's exists. You can't have Freddy's fries without Freddy's fry sauce. Like, spicy fry sauce is the best fry sauce out there. You can't change my mind about that. But their normal fry sauce is also good. Like, at least have that.
Cannon, here's the cookie ranking, brother.
What?
Here's the cookie ranking. Now listen closely. Here's the cookie ranking. Ranked by Jude.
Okay.
Number 1. Up at the top,
You're going to say Oreos, aren't you?
chocolate chip cookie.
Really?
Everything else, below that. Not as good. Chocolate chip cookies. Final answer. They're the best cookie.
Here's my only problem with that is they have to be made right.
Well, let's say
If
let's
we're
say
saying
every cookie we're talking about
is
is
the
at its
best possible. Okay. that could be true. Because if you have a low amount of chocolate chips, but they're rich enough to make the flavor there with a good cookie base, then yeah, I pretty much agree with that. My personal favorite cookie is the lemon cookie.
Oh, I do like lemon everything. Lemon meringue pie.
Lemon meringue pie.
Lemon squares are one of my favorite things.
But see, the lemon cookies have to be done right too, because they can't be crunchy or else.
Well, I mean,
they
everything has to be
suck.
done right to taste good.
Not necessarily. There's some things you can mess up and still be really good. But lemon cookies, if they're hard at all, I cannot eat it. It has to be soft. It has to be almost underbaked to be a lemon cookie, because otherwise it doesn't taste right. It just doesn't. It's not right. Something's wrong, because it's not squishy.
Do you eat your macaroni and cheese with a spoon or a fork?
Oh, it's a fork, not a spoon. There's no way.
You know, I think this is a bit of a controversial one.
How can you eat it with a spoon?
Personally,
You stab it.
I would eat it with a fork, but
Yeah.
I've seen many people that eat it with a spoon.
But how? Like,
Maybe
why
we're
would you
just too
scoop it
similar.
up?
We keep agreeing on
That's-
everything. Okay, this is one thing that I'm 100% sure about. I will fight someone over this topic.
Okay.
Pineapple
Is not good on pizza.
does not
It's not.
belong on a pizza.
It doesn't. And
Getting mad just thinking about
yeah,
it.
so there's a lot of people who will say, well, just try it. It's good. You're not even giving it a chance. Here's the problem. We do give it a chance. We have given it a chance.
I have.
It tastes like absolute death.
I'm
and
Hawaiian. I love pineapple.
Yeah, like, it doesn't
You know what
belong
I
on pizza.
don't love? Pineapple on pizza.
Like,
I don't love that.
okay,
Don't
we're
like it
not
at all,
saying
actually.
you're psychopaths for
I
putting
am.
pineapple on pizza.
I'm
We're
saying
just
that.
saying you're incredibly wrong and you should maybe go see a psychiatrist.
You're a psychopath.
Pineapple on pizza is not good. It gets this nasty juice underneath the sauce where it should not be. The bread gets soggy because of this. And then it feels unnatural to have a weird sweet element like that that's not a meat.
Yes. Ooh.
Ooh,
This is one that I have talked about a lot before.
it is. Oh boy.
Which is better musically?
Ooh.
Classical or modern?
That's very different.
Yes.
Personally,
I'm trying to
I
say
mean,
not personally.
man, it's hard to...
Which is objectively
Are we
better.
talking
Maybe
on
not
the skill level
now.
or the appeal?
A lot of the
level?
people that I was talking to were saying modern, just because of like I don't know, like catchiness, I guess.
Yeah. But see, it takes a lot more
I love
work
that. I love
to
those.
make classical.
Exactly. I think
It's-
that classical music just has
It's more refined.
it's real music, and not to say that modern music isn't real music, but that's as real as it gets. In terms of
this
music.
is coming from two people who listen to rap, pop, and all that good stuff constantly.
Yeah.
I'm always listening to music, doing pretty much whatever I'm doing. But classical music is very different. This is also coming from two different musicians who have played music for a long time. But I guess I don't play music anymore. I used to play music, but I can read notes. I could hear tone. I'm not tone deaf. That's another thing I'll talk about in a second because I can get into that. But anyway, classical music took not just one talented singer and band, but a symphony, a literal symphony to produce one piece of art. Now, you may raise me with, what about Bach and Beethoven? Well, they still had to write it and, like, produce it with other people. I mean, and it's not like they could just text someone and be like, hey, come over, I need you to help me with this new piece. No, they had to find these people to help them write music. Obviously,
And even
Beethoven,
regardless of that,
I think Beethoven wrote all his own music, but
the
I think
music, I don't know.
Bach and stuff.
But even besides all that, the music itself is just more intricate.
yeah,
it's more
there's a lot more
meaningful,
thought
personally.
put into it.
I think that a pop song can give you a good chorus and a good hook,
But
and
it doesn't. They don't really think about
and
the
you'll just be
lyrics
there.
too much. They just kind of do
but
whatever's
as long as
catchy.
it's catchy, right?
Yeah,
Classical, it's
It's there to make a statement. Really, it's there because they need to be heard. Whereas in today's world, to be heard, you go on a social media app and just type something, and you can get a bunch of like comments and some people saying it. I don't know.
Chicken or the egg?
Social media has broken everything, honestly.
Yeah, actually. But chicken or the egg?
Chicken.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Moving right along.
Oh, anyway, what I was going to say about the tone deaf, I mentioned that I was going to get into this.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of things that really, really bother me. But one thing that really does, probably my biggest pet peeve, I cannot stand tone deaf people who think they know music. I can't. I just can't stand it. Like, if you're singing, sing on key, please. Or don't sing. Sing on key or don't sing. That's all I ask. Like, I understand if you're alone, it's fine.
What if they just enjoy it, Cannon?
I don't care.
It's just a fun hobby for them.
No, shut up. Unless you're alone.
Not while Cannon's around.
If you are not in the general vicinity where you can be heard, you can sing however you want. I don't care. But if you're going to sing around other people, sing on key. I'm not saying I'm a good singer, because I'm not. I know that. But I can sing on key. I won't sing out of tune. I can sing on beat and on key. That's all I care about. And if I can't, I won't sing. It's as easy as that.
Coke is better than Pepsi.
Ooh, that's different. I don't know about that.
No, Cannon.
See, Coke is sharp. Pepsi is soft. And I like the softer flavor of Pepsi. Okay, if they were both sitting right in front of me, I'd probably take Pepsi, to be honest.
Coca-Cola, greater sign, Beppis.
See...
And that's just the way it is.
But... Pepsi...
Stone Cold Steve Austin said so.
Pepsi is more of a cola than Coca-Cola is, which is weird.
Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola, they're both cola.
Well, yeah, they're both cola in the sense of that, but Pepsi tastes more like a true cola. Coke is almost like they tried too hard to make it cola, and it's a sharp flavor. You have to at least admit that I'm right about the sharp versus soft flavors. Pepsi is definitely a soft flavor.
They're
Coke
very,
very,
very similar.
No. What?
Yes.
No, not Pepsi and Coke. What's
Pepsi
wrong
and
with
Coke
you?
are extremely similar.
No. That's not saying Dr. Pepper and Coke are the same.
Okay, no, it's not. Dr. Pepper isn't even a cola. It's a completely separate thing. No, yes, it is. It's a soda. It's not a cola.
It is a cola. It is literally a cola. It is made from the same materials that they use to make things.
It doesn't have the same flavor.
Yeah, it does.
I mean,
the same general flavor. Not the same overall flavor. It has the same general flavor. It's the same process to make it. It's still a cola.
There is a clear difference between, look, RC Cola, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, all in one category. Another category, Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper, Fanta, whatever else hacking flavor you want to put in a soda.
No. Because by definition, Dr. Pepper is a cola. It is made from the components that make a cola. Therefore, it is a cola. Now, I'm not saying it tastes like every other cola, because it doesn't. It's very different than all the others. But it is still, by definition, a cola. So
is
in
it
that
though?
sense, yeah, it is.
Is it though?
It is. You can look it up if you want to.
I'm going to.
But I'm 100% sure that it is definitely a cola. But
I'm going to look it up and we're going to
Pepsi
see, I don't know.
Is not.
It's a soft drink.
They're all soft drinks. To be a soft drink, it's
this
just to be a type of
says
soda.
the Dr. Pepper Wikipedia says it's not an apple, it's not an orange, it's not a strawberry, it's not a root beer, it's not even a cola. It's a different kind of drink with a unique taste all its own.
It literally is made
it
from the
does have a
same
unique
things.
taste.
It has the same components of a normal cola.
That's not even what I'm saying. The tastes are completely separate.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Separate things. They're not. They can't be both classified in the same category.
But they are.
They can't be.
They should be.
No, they shouldn't be. You can't just say all sodas are colas.
No, not all sodas are cola. That's completely different. I'm saying that any soda that is made from the same components that they may use to make Coke, Pepsi, and RC
What
should be
components?
considered
Tell me the
cola.
components you're speaking of
I
right
used
now.
to know all the ones. It's
What?
like, yeah.
You used to know all
Yeah,
the
I did.
components of
I
Coca-Cola,
legitimately
Pepsi,
did.
and Dr.
Yeah.
Pepper.
Not Dr. I didn't know all the. I knew Coca-Cola, and I knew what they used roughly the same.
Oh, here we go. Legally,
That's a thing.
Dr. Pepper is not a cola.
How so? Why?
I'm clicking on the article. Legally. For much of Dr. Pepper's history, the drink was a regional delicacy confined to the South and Southwest. Coca-Cola and Pepsi had used their head starts on Dr. Pepper to build nationwide networks of independent bottlers. Okay, let me just read this. That all changed in 1963. A federal court ruled that Dr. Pepper's unique flavor kept it from being a cola product, which meant that bottlers were free to distribute Dr. Pepper without running afoul of their exclusive deals with Coca-Cola and Pepsi.
Okay, so it's federally not a cola. I can accept that definition. That's a really weird thing for them to take to court, but I guess it makes sense if it's distributing sense. Anyway, beyond that, Pepsi's better than Coke.
No.
I will say, though, Coke definitely has better sub-flavors than Pepsi, because Pepsi really lacks in that department. Cherry Pepsi is not anywhere near close to Cherry Coke. They're not done well. Cherry Pepsi is not good. Vanilla Pepsi is worse.
Pepsi's just sweeter, I'd say.
Yeah. But
Coke
I like
is a
that
little bit
about it.
more bitter.
And it's sharper.
Yeah.
It has a stronger, flavor.
Coke
to it.
is just my ting, and Pepsi is just not.
See, I say that I like Pepsi more than Coke, but every single time I go to our drink cooler at school, I always buy the Coke if they're out of Dr. Pepper, because it is the next closest thing I can get to what I want to drink, which would be something to keep me awake and give me a sharp twinge. So it's usually that Dr. Pepper cream soda, vanilla Dr. Pepper, cherry Dr. Pepper, or a Coke.
Y'all put your opinions in the comments. We need a poll right now. Coca-Cola or Pepsi? What does our audience like more? Please let us know. This is an urgent matter. Okay. That'll do it today for our
Hot Take.
Yeah, I swear we're not doing things like that to
Did you
draw
like that?
out the episode, because we definitely have more than enough time.
Just in case you wanted to know, we're at 48 minutes.
Oh, okay. We've got a few more minutes to do whatever we want.
Yes.
So,
I'm thinking of putting, like the bookmarks and videos, like where you click the time and it goes to that.
Yeah,
Thinking of putting that in this, like for segments.
I mean, we don't really stay on one topic for very long.
Yeah, but we could just like market it every different topic, maybe.
Yeah.
Might be easier for, I don't know, just maybe helpful for some people. You think?
Yeah. I really appreciate it when videos do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially if they're like informational videos that are telling me how to do something. Like, often I'll look up guides how to do things, and I'll be like, I just need to know this one specific step. Please tell me that one and get to that, or at least tell me where it is in the video. Like,
I love when videos do that, so I figured I'm gonna do that for our audience.
One that I don't want to say what it is a comedy channel. Before the bookmark thing was a thing, they put a timestamp for every segment at the beginning of the video, so you could skip to it if you wanted to. It's a really neat thing. I appreciate it when people do that. So I guess if we wanted to do that, we could be one of those people that people appreciate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know if we've referred to them as night owls in a while. because
night owls.
that is what we determined.
We should
was going to
probably
be
incorporate that into the intro.
Yeah, probably.
Hello, night owls. Not live from the smallest town in western Missouri. I mess with it.
Yeah. We should probably do that off camera, though. Off camera, quote unquote. Also, speaking of camera, we have talked about doing a few other segments, and I personally, I don't know how Jude feels, but I personally am wondering if you guys would like to see us make videos.
Should we do a face
Video
review?
segments.
When should we do a face review? Should
if-
we just post on the After Dark podcast channel?
Maybe.
I don't. Okay,
I
we'll
don't know.
just figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out along the way. If we don't, we'll put links that link us to
Yeah,
our
for
other
sure.
channels.
For sure.
Also, another thing is, actually, no, never mind. I'll talk to Jude in private about that one. I had one more thought. Oh, yes.
Hit me
So
with the thought.
I don't know
Shoot.
if we actually talked about this in our recording because we did lose some footage earlier today.
Oh, we didn't even talk about
Yeah,
that.
we didn't talk
We
about that.
recorded like 20 minutes and that was
Yeah.
just gone.
Yeah,
Just
it was gone.
lost for no
Oh, well.
reason.
We had to redo it, but it's fine. We didn't.
We made it better
we
the
didn't
second
get
time
too
anyways.
much.
So the first 15 minutes was redone.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
actually it was kind of different. Anyways.
Anyway,
were you saying?
I think during that I talked about how we're planning a big trip in 3 years.
Oh, yeah. We didn't talk about that again.
Maybe if we decided to, we could vlog a little bit
Well, yeah.
because
For sure.
I'm really excited for this trip, even though it's 3 years in the
We keep
future.
having to remind ourselves it's 3 years
yeah,
away.
I know. I'm so excited for it. I get really hyped up thinking about it. I think just like planning it. We've been planning it for a while.
We have it
now.
basically completely planned out. All that's left to do is raise the money.
We literally have it almost planned out to the hotels. We're talking about we're traveling to another country. Like,
Japan.
yeah, we're going to Japan. We have every city mapped out. We have every special location we want to hit. Obviously, we're not going to map out all the restaurants we want to go to unless there's a specific one in mind. But I think we're spending 2 weeks in Japan
Something along that.
for a round trip.
At least 1 week in between 1 week to 2 weeks. Probably in between like a week and a half to 2 weeks.
Yeah. I don't know.
In 3 years from now.
Yeah, 3 years from now.
When we're old.
When we're hopefully have enough money
By that
to go on this
time,
trip.
we'll be full-time YouTubers, obviously. Making more than enough money from the podcast.
If only
to do that.
college didn't have to get in the way of that. I mean, we could definitely do it during college. In fact, something funny is we have a good friend who recently went to college and just started. He's actually
what's
had
his name?
more free time than he ever did in high school as of right now. Like,
I made a name for him
did you?
last podcast.
I have no idea.
But
what
that's
it was.
been a whole month ago. so.
Yeah. Anyway, I was actually talking to him the other day, and during high school, he couldn't play any games with us. He couldn't hardly go like visit with us until the weekends when he was completely done with everything. But yeah, in college, he basically has a lot of extra free time where he can just kind of do whatever as long as he has all his work done.
We need a guest.
We do need to guess.
I know I love these podcasts, just us two.
Yeah.
But we need a guest. We need
sometimes
someone
having a guest-
interesting to
Sometimes
talk
having
to
a
about
guest
this.
really does spice it up, and it makes it easier for us. That's for sure.
That's all right. You know what? Next week
We'll try
there's
to
a
get
guest.
Yep. Hopefully, we
So
had
if
one
you're-
in mind for this week.
if
but
you're
we
in the
decided,
future-
oh well. It didn't.
We
work
had
out,
one
so
for
we
this
didn't-
week, but it just didn't work out. But next week we're gonna get somebody. So if you're in the future and you're seeing this, and it's like episode 2 of the After Dark podcast season. I don't know what episode this is. Actually,
This
I
is
have no
episode
idea.
2 of season 2. I didn't know what.
We
actual
kind
episode
of did. We even do a season
we
2?
didn't do season 2. I don't know. I don't know anymore. We spent a lot of time away from this, more than we ever should have, because we had time. We just didn't use it. Honestly.
Anyways, you can see our next episode has a guest. So click on that one and you'll see a guest.
Hopefully. Anyway.
Definitely.
We, yeah. Another big.
Who should we interview? I want to interview like
we
someone
should
famous.
interview oh boy, that don't get dreamy too fast.
Famous people might do it, like not too famous people.
Yeah, no, definitely not someone super famous.
Like the mayor of our town.
That would be interesting. I would really enjoy
That'd
that.
be kind of fun actually.
Yeah. Anyway, we I guess I don't know if we could do that without giving away our location, but oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have figured this out yet or not, but we don't really want you to stalk us, so don't.
I think you've said that before.
I mean,
just to
obviously,
that.
I wouldn't mind getting fan mail as long as it's not like threatening me.
You know what time it is, Cannon?
What time is it?
2:38 a.m.
That doesn't surprise me. I'm starting to get tired.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
We gotta wake up early too.
Oh, what time? How much time have we got left?
We've been going for 55 minutes.
We got about 5 minutes. We can do 4 minutes and then an outro.
Yep. Pretty much.
Yeah. As far as other things are concerned, I really think we need to upgrade our equipment. That's a big thing.
I feel like once we upgrade our equipment, we'll have to be committed.
Yeah.
Because we've already spent money on it. Like, we have to do it.
I wish we had a set place that we could do this.
I'm moving houses.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
true.
And in my new house, I can make a room for our podcasting.
Yeah.
We can get some sound things.
And,
a studio. Should we make a studio?
The next biggest thing is time. Really, I'm not sure how much
and
time
honestly,
we'll have. Yeah, I'm probably
with
gonna be
stuff
working
like this. It's more.
much.
It's time, but time is just an excuse for motivation.
Kind of, but also now I'm doing college classes and working.
School is gonna be tough.
Yeah,
but there's weekends, and we do this at the night.
Fridays we both have school. Saturday I plan to be working.
Friday
if
night
that works out.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
It's Saturday night right now.
We could do Saturday. It's Sunday morning right now.
Oh, heck yeah, it is.
Saturday nights would probably be when we're doing it, but that does not mean for sure that we're going to be posting every Sunday. So don't expect that.
Just weekends. We post on the weekends.
We'll post
actually,
when we can.
When do we post?
We were going to have a schedule.
We need a schedule.
It's not
going to
work out, probably. So we'll post when we post. You guys are going to have to deal with it, I'm afraid.
After dark weekends.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
I wish we could for sure say we will get one out every week. But we can't. We just can't. There's no way. Like, if you are somehow still enjoying our podcast to this day, which would be a little bit surprising to me because we have lost a lot of people to not posting because of schedule problems. But yeah, we appreciate you watching, I suppose.
We're holding steady at about 50 views a video.
I have to apologize in advance. We're not on a schedule. There's no way. You're not gonna.
I feel like we need to be, though.
We're not gonna be able to. Not until after school's out. And we even said before that we wanted to do a lot during the summer, and then we ended up being busy all summer.
You know, for me, I feel like I might be able to do it better during the school year.
Yeah, because we can work around our schedules easier. However, if we have time.
Yeah.
If we have time.
We might just have to see.
The biggest thing is things like fundraisers, if we're in any of those, specifically me, because you probably won't be helping much with fundraisers.
I can help.
Well, I mean, you could help. I don't know why you would want to.
Yeah.
Like garage sale, that comes up.
I can still help maybe sometimes.
My class has to do a garage sale with the rest of the high school, but my class is going to have a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah.
And we have 4 people. I have 4 people in my class, including me. 3 other people.
We go to a small school. Well,
I go to a small school.
I don't anymore.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad.
But I'm sure I won't be not seeing you around.
Shelf.
So, yeah.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I did. It's an inside joke for anybody who's wondering.
I think we've explained it before.
Have we?
Well, actually, maybe not.
We need to have that person as a guest. Mm-hmm.
You?
No.
Oh.
Yes, that would be an interesting.
I would love to. I don't.
I'm not
talk
sure how
to
they
them
would
very
feel
much
about it.
anymore, but I would love to.
I hope they'd be willing to do this with us, because I don't know
Wait,
how most
wait,
people feel.
and an hour.
We hit an hour.
We hit an hour.
All right. Well, I think then
That's our cue.
we should
Mainly because
wrap
it's
this up.
2:42 a.m.
Wow. We went short, kind of, comparatively to the last episode for sure. But, well, anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, I suppose.
Thank you very much.
If you walked to the end of this video, definitely leave a like and comment. What should we have them comment this time for watching to the end?
Right. I think that you should comment. What do you think? Last time was Binder Frog.
Yeah.
So let's
something
do
weird.
Paper Cricket.
Paper Cricket. Comment Paper Cricket down below if you watch the end of the video.
Please comment Paper Cricket.
Yeah, definitely subscribe if you're not already, and shout us out to friends and family and such.
Post notifications.
Yep.
So you can know when we post, since we don't have a freaking schedule.
Yeah, if you enjoy listening to us, feel free to give us some constructive criticism in the comments. Tell us what we need to change or do better.
Yeah.
We're always willing to
For
listen
sure.
to our subscriber fan base, although we also may not listen to you if we choose not to. So,
But we would
Don't
love to
expect
hear
immediate
your
changes.
criticism nonetheless.
Yes.
Unless it's just like mean.
yeah, don't just yell at us for fun.
In which case, we'll just delete your comment. But comment it anyways.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching.
Thank you very much for watching.
Yeah.
Good night, night owls.